Part 1. The Dark One.
For whom shall ever curse the world, with the utterance of its name, so shall himself be accursed, and the eye of the dragon err upon him.
So to avoid the curse, we call it
the Demiurge.
A malevolent god and creator of the material world, various Gnostic sects and movements, sometimes represented as a theriomorphic, lion-headed serpent.
If you look back in history, there's evidence of the Dark One everywhere you look. But really look back, not like what you would learn in history class. Because they're not going to show you these pictures. They're not going to read out people's personal accounts of these things happening. And the more you study, and the more you research, and the more you look, the less it makes sense. But God gave us all discernment. What's right and what's wrong. You know that if you went back in time and were to tell any of these people that it was some invisible bacteria on a flea, people weren't stupid back then. They weren't all retarded. I would bet that they had more intelligence than we typically do now. I think over half the population of the world thinks that God's not real. And of the half that does, thinks the earth is flat. And flat's not even a shape. See, this was not a plague from fleas on a rat. This was something else. If you haven't noticed already, they have a common denominator, a theme, if you will. Black clouds on the horizon, hellfire, burning rain, and black, oily substance. What is that? Is that what the Chinese ended up, making gunpowder out of? Is that oil that the Saudis have?
And the hail and fire mixed with it, drove on together, and it was of so great bigness, as never before was seen in the whole land of Egypt, since that nation was founded.
So Egypt, the Black Death 700 years ago. But hasn't there been some other strange fires lately? And that's when it hit me. Canada, Texas, Hawaii, Lena and Maui.
And the hail destroyed through all the land of Egypt all things that were in the fields, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and it broke every tree of the country.
Of the 63% of the people that are actually claiming to be religious, only about 10% of them actually believe. And only 11% consider themselves atheists. And how many of those 63% worship the devil? I'm sure you're wondering, why would God allow this? Why does God do this to us? Why did God make the Demiurge in the first place? Well, he didn't. God separated the light from the darkness. The light was in the darkness, but the darkness comprehended it not. The devil has always been man. We have always been our worst enemy. Misunderstandings, misconstrusions. The Dark One is ignorance. Yahweh is not even in the New Testament. Yaldabaoth, Yahweh, he's a false god. He's not even real. The darkness is the ignorance of man, the loss of God. There's a horde of souls. You might call them demons. They're outside the veil, the firmament, the magnetosphere. They're in the plasma that separates the planet from the sun. They are lost. It's the river Styx. God protects us from the horde. sometimes the horde makes it through, and that's where we get these fires from. It's happened many times in the past, and it's like people seem to forget it right afterwards. It's called a reset, a revival. People have seemed to fallen away from God, understanding. They think there's dew weapons. Yeah. Nope. It's caused by the electromagnetic field of the planets. The polarity of the North and South Pole being out of alignment because people are out of alignment. The poles are shifting at an alarming rate. If we don't abolish money and unite quick, we could all be doomed to burn in solar flare death.